Hello, everybody. It's Mr. Clark, and I'd like to talk you through a little bit of what you're doing today on Tuesday, October 6th, and Wednesday, October 7th, depending which day you're at home. Right now, you are watching today's intro video, where we're going to remind you that last week and earlier this week, if you were at home, we learned about the Articles of Confederation government, how it is just not working. We thought we wanted a weak government. We created one that was weak so all the states could do their own thing, but it's failing. Today, we're going to have to start talking about how we're going to fix this because we are afraid that we are going to lose the blessings of liberty. Yes, that's from the preamble that we have worked so hard to gain by winning the American Revolution. So you'll hear about this with the Constitutional Convention of 1787. You watch this Ed Puzzle video. Delegates from each of the 13 states are invited to go to Philadelphia and sit down and talk about the worst problems of the Articles of Confederation and fix them. They'll pretty quickly decide the articles are so bad they can't be fixed. Boo, we just got to start all over again. But that's not what this group is really intended for, so they're taking a risk in not revising the Articles of Confederation, but just chucking them out altogether, starting over. You're also going to work on some Quizlet terms and things to learn about some important terms from the Constitution. Later in the week, actually, the next day you're at home, either Thursday or Friday, you are doing a quiz that will show me that you have learned. It'll be kind of like your LEQ for that day. You're going to show me that you have learned some things about our U.S. government. You'll learn a lot more about that in high school. We're not doing a lot of detail on the U.S. government in 8th grade, but we do need to know at least the basics to say we're getting rid of that Articles of Confederation that doesn't work and starting with something else. Now, you're also going to answer the LEQ for the day. The A group kids are doing that on Tuesday, B group kids on Wednesday. And I want to remind you we're trying to keep our lessons a little bit short this week and the next couple of weeks so you can read your trade book. You're reading your trade book, completing reading quizzes, first 5 due by the end of the week. Now, a lot of you have already done the first one. Some of you have already zipped past the first 5. You're in great shape. You're doing really, really well. So you want to make sure you're reading your book. You are completing those quizzes. And if you're saying, I forget where I find the quizzes, Mr. Clark, well, let me show you. Of course, I will help you out with this. Let's go back to here, and I'll remind you that you find those quizzes on Canvas. There we go, in the column of class resources for everyone all semester. And under the Have a Super Clarky Day, because of course you are having a Super Clarky Day, you'll find your trade book for chains, for fever. My brother Sam is dead. Fever, I have all of the quizzes now retyped into Canvas, and they're all on there. Also, there are read alouds for each book. This is showing Fever, but there are read alouds for each one. And we'll get to the culture things. You've already done a little bit of housing culture, but you're going to do some more. And we'll also work on food culture, clothing, family, work and jobs culture, health and medicine, transportation. Eventually, you'll be doing at least 3 of those things where you're going to compare what we know from your book to what we know today and how we live today. All right, so there's our workflow for today, either Tuesday or Wednesday, depending which day you're home. Hope you all have a lovely day. And if you get a little tired of your math work, that's okay. I get it. Just put it down and go back to reading your trade book. Great stories and also a lot of great culture to learn about. Thank you. See you on the next time you're at school.